The views and opinions expressed in this channel are those of the host and do not necessarily reflect the views of our guests. The views and the opinions of the guest do not represent nor reflect the views and opinions of the Lockoutmen channel, nor its host. Our guests' opinions are their own. This channel is for educational, entertainment, and informational purposes only, and utilizes fair use materials in accordance with applicable laws.
Drivers, what if someone told you that just because you're a CDL holder, your Second Amendment rights disappear the moment you climb into a truck? What if they say you cannot carry, period, not even for your own safety? Now, imagine believing all of that, and even worse, spreading that to others who might actually need to protect themselves in the process.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
What's going on, drivers? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for listening. I am Lockout Men, and our story begins with a comment from Tanika.
Hold on.
You absolutely cannot carry a CDL holder. Only in your personal car. I used to hide mines in my truck.
So drivers, let's just pause right there for a minute, right? Now, this is the kind of statement that get passed around a lot of Facebook groups, a lot of comment sessions, a lot of TikToks and stuff like that, right? Drivers that don't know will eat this up because it sounds like it makes sense. CDL equals more rules, right? But what she said is flat out wrong, drivers. And the worst part, this kind of misinformation keeps other drivers out here vulnerable, confused, and scared to even ask the question about their rights to carry when they're a CDL holder in their truck. Who told you that lie? That's what I want to know. I want to know who told you that, where you find that information at, because if you go to Google will actually explain to you what I'm about to explain to you, right? Because what you're saying right now is a farce, right? There is no federal law that says CDL holders can't carry firearms in their truck. What does exist is state laws and company policies, though. See, your CDL doesn't override your rights, but laws of the states that you're in do. So this is the part what I'm going to say, right? The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, the FMCSA, does not have specific regulations prohibiting CDL holders from carrying firearms. This is where it gets complicated, though. State laws vary significantly regarding firearm carry, both open and concealed, and how firearms must be transported. Some states are much restrictive than others. A CDL holder must comply with the specific laws of each state as they travel to. This includes concealed carry permits, whether a concealed carry permit from one state is recognized in another state. Now, this is where it gets crucial, drivers. Often overlooked even. Many trucking companies have strict no firearm policies, regardless of state and or federal law. Violating company policies can lead to immediate termination, even if your actions are under legal state and federal law. Now, when it comes to owner-operators, though, owner-operators operating up under their own authority have a little bit more leeway in this regards. But company drivers must adhere to their company rules and regulations and policies. Now, this also reflects on customers that us drivers go to, some shippers and receivers. Even if the company, let's just say, will allow you to have your own personal firearm and you're in states where it is legal, individual customer facilities may have their own no weapon policy that you must adhere by. So let's just say, for example, you driving down through Texas, which is probably a good thing because Texas is is a big carry state, right? But if you come up here in the Northeast and roll through like New Jersey or New York, man, that's a whole different ball game up here. See, don't confuse your job title with the law, right? And let's talk about the part where she says, I hide mine in the truck part. Well, listen, you shouldn't be hiding anything if your rights and follow the laws of the state that you travel through. But see, that's the problem, drivers. You guys just don't know. And the companies that you're driving for just don't educate. So instead, we're left with people making crazy ass statements such as this right here. Absolutely, CDL holders can't carry their weapons on their truck, which is far beyond the truth. See, I get it, right? Some companies say no firearms in the truck. But see, you got to understand, that's company policy, though. That's not law. See, if you're caught, sure, they can fire you. But that's between you and the employer, right? Not you and the states that you're in. So is this about breaking the law? No, because you're not breaking the law if you're legal to carry, right? Or if you have your weapon and you're traveling with your weapon in the proper way, right? Have the ammunition, have the gun itself separated from each other and locked up. And then you're able to travel with the weapon, right? But listen, a lot of us drivers tend to flex a little bit too much online. Y'all love to come online and show that y'all have y'all weapons with you on the truck, whether you're a company driver or owner operator. Me personally, I don't understand why you guys do that, but this is the era of I must tell everything that I do online and let the whole world know what I'm doing. Yeah, y'all can have that. Because see, if you're a company driver working for a company that don't allow your weapon on the truck and they happen to catch wind of your TikTok video showing that you have your weapon on your truck, guess what's going to happen after that? I'll give you a minute to think about it. See, like I said, me personally, it's about knowing what's legal, what's not, and how to move smart across these great 48 states. So drivers, in summary, it's not an absolute no for CDL holders to carry in their commercial vehicle. It's definitely not limited to just your personal vehicle. See, the key is navigating a complex web of federal, state, and company regulations. So, if a CDL holder, the driver, who wishes to carry their firearm, they must, number one, thoroughly research and understand the firearm laws of each state that they're traveling through. Obtain the necessary permits. That's included the concealed carry permits, and ensure that they are valid in the state that you will be in. You also need to adhere to the storage requirements for each jurisdiction and also know your company's policies regarding firearms. Just make sure you be aware and comply with the no weapons policies at each customer location. Now, of course, when it all said and done, if you can't follow the policies or failing any of those, you can get hit with severe penalties, including fines, arrests, and definitely you can lose your job. But as a whole, you can absolutely carry your firearm with you on the truck if your company permits you so, and you understand all of the state laws that you're going through. So drivers, there is a difference of being misinformed and being dangerously wrong in this situation right here. See, telling drivers that they can't at all because they have a CDL is reckless, right? Some of these drivers are running solo in sketchy ass places, truck stops that don't even have good security or lighting, shippers in the middle of nowhere like sundown towns and stuff like that. parking lots where your trailer is the only light on the block. So let me just make it plain and simple for you, okay? Your CDL doesn't restrict your Second Amendment rights. State laws and company policies do. See, you need to educate yourself before you start listening to someone who hides their gun in their truck and they don't understand everything else. And if you're going to talk about carrying the truck, at least know the laws before you make someone else dumber by listening to you.
So let me ask you this. Do you carry while you're on the road, or have you been told you can't? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear real driver stories, the good, the bad, and the legal messes. If you've ever been pulled over, checked, or confronted about carrying in your truck, email me your story at lockoutmenpodcastguest@gmail.com. And if this video helped clear up the confusion, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who still thinks CDLs cancel out their rights. And this is about knowing your rights.